Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's check in with the major indices. So on SPX, really looks like we have a mature looking 5-wave impulse up. And at least short term, and we've already been consolidating a bit since the last video. Short term looks like a little more weakness might be in order. And, expect some sort of proportional 3-wave decline, right? There's certainly other options, but directionally, it seems due that we just have a little bit more of a downdraft here with such a mature looking 5-wave structure to the upside. And then if we do have a proper 3-wave decline, nothing too dramatic, find some support and start reversing, that'll be the next bullish swing opportunity. But certainly nothing to say that that's in place just yet. Okay, well that's probably good for that chart. We'll go to the candlestick chart here. So on SPX, we made our top there, that bullish engulfing candlestick. It only had basically follow through just for one day, and now we've just been pulling back, but nothing dramatic yet. In the overbought condition, maybe starting to curl down from the overbought condition. So if we can get below the T line, that could lead to further decline here. But still above the T line, so certainly nothing threatening there as of yet. But certainly doesn't look like a good place to buy here. It certainly looks like a place to not necessarily short, but certainly wait for an opportunity to present itself. Okay, so weekly. On the weekly chart, let me get in real close here. We have a doji star on the weekly, okay? And, well, the last time we had a doji star on the weekly, that did lead to 2 weeks of consolidation and decline. And then we had the weekly bullish engulfing, which led to a good strong week, and then a slightly positive week, but really largely unchanged. Just the doji star to end that week. And then the weekly oscillator, we're overbought as well, so that's also worth mentioning. So we should get some clarity this coming week as to the direction. Now we'll move on to Dow Jones Industrial Average. And the Dow basically did a doji star on Friday there, but still above the T line, so nothing too threatening as of yet. Also in the overbought condition, perhaps starting to curl back down. And we never got above or tried to test that resistance level here, so that's notable in the Dow that we didn't do that, whereas in SPX we most certainly did, and we actually got above there. Okay, move on to the NASDAQ composite. Now NASDAQ, a little bit different picture here. So all-time high on the NASDAQ, we had that bullish engulfing. Absolutely no follow-through on that. We didn't make a new high that day, and we actually closed down for the day. We had another negative day, closed lower for that day. And then we tried to have some strength here on Friday, but actually put in a bearish engulfing, okay? And didn't close below the T line or anything, but a bearish engulfing after a doji, okay? And this could be a hanging man signal as well, followed by a doji, then a bearish engulfing. In the overbought condition, just made all-time highs. No follow through on the bullish engulfing. Oscillators overbought, starting to curl down. So I could see some near-term weakness here on the NASDAQ. That wouldn't be surprising at all at this point. We do have a sell signal here, a legitimate sell signal. Now if we go to the weekly on the NASDAQ, we also have a doji star in the weekly for the NASDAQ. So possibly a reversal signal. We'll have to see how next week trades, but I'd be cautious here, or even if you can get below that T line, start getting some follow through, a bearish trade could be warranted as well. At least a shorter term one, that is. Okay, so that's good for the NASDAQ. Now the VIX. VIX did have a nice little pop on Friday. and we got as high as 1358 on the VIX. So I closed my VIX calls on that temporary bounce on the VIX. On those calls, it didn't really take much of a move to make a decent amount, so I was happy with that to close it going into the weekend. And actually, I took that capital and bought some more CGC shares, or Canadian ticker is WEED. I speak of them interchangeably. So that's why I just figured that was a better place for the capital currently than staying in the VIX calls. We'll see if that's the correct move soon enough this coming week. But other than that, VIX still failing to really have any kind of breakout or follow through here. I mean, we didn't even go up and test this this little attempt over here, which was at high of 14.15 on the VIX. We only got as high as 13.58. So VIX still looking quite subdued. So nothing alarming here. I suspect though, if the NASDAQ really gets going to the downside, at least near term, and obviously the other two indices will follow in line with that, you could see further VIX strength here, but nothing as of yet. This should be an interesting week. A lot of earnings coming up this week, so we perhaps will get more directional clarity as the week progresses. Okay, that's probably good for now. Hopefully everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend, and we'll check in next week. Serial Trader signing off.